What's going on out there, good people? It is your boy Look Around with LMD Trading, and we are back. We are back with another daily trade review. Today, we are going to be reviewing some solid trades, some very solid trades, if I can recall. And it was a quick morning. It was a very quick morning. Yesterday, I mentioned when I take precise and good trades, 2 to 4 trades, and I should be hitting target and I should be done for the morning. This morning we took 2 trades, and one of them we actually got kind of scared out of it, but the other one went to target. The one that we got scared out of actually would have went to target maybe a candle or 2 later. But let's go ahead. Let's get the thumbnail watch list pulled up, and we'll look at what we were watching. We'll take a peek in TRADERVUE, and then we will watch the video because we did record these today. But this was our thumbnail watch list this morning. Fairly full watch list. We had CRWD, ENVX, DVN. We had BBY. Got a trade in on BBY. We had FTCH. Got a little small scalp in on this one. We missed an excellent move there. TBLT, TRQ, Tesla. Got a good trade in on Tesla. MOS. We missed one on MOS. And then for shorts, we had EAT, EAT. We had S Black, and we had JWM Nordstrom's. Didn't get any shorts in today. As always, we have the markets. One thing I did want to address real quick as it pertains to my thumbnail watch list. Somebody had asked, how can I see anything on these charts when I'm looking at them? But when I'm actually trading, charts don't look like this. They look like this so you can see the full day on them. But when I'm trading, that's pretty much what they look like. I'm still using my my travel rig. This bad boy has extreme lag when OBS is running. Never did go in and really adjust the settings how I had it set on my main setup. But that's what the charts look like when I'm usually trading. So I can actually go in and see patterns and whatnot. So see, like that one. If I saw something like this forming, I could see what's happening. This one here, I probably would have dropped the line right there, coming off of that candle. When it drops below that, I'm gonna get interested. Look at it. Clean, clean, clean. Stop up there. Or if I want to, I can put the stop up on that top side, but I can actually see the patterns. This one here came down the previous high of day. I can see what it's doing. I'm not gonna get in until this thing breaks below it and then holds it. But that's thumbnail watch list. Let's go ahead. Let's get TRADERVUE pulled up. And we are reviewing trades for Wednesday, August 24th. We only took 3 trades today. Technically 3 trades, but really only 2 of them. Closed P&L 232.95. We're risking $75 again today. If you watched any of my videos, you know that I'm usually risking $50 a trade. I tried to increase my risk to $100 a while back, maybe a week or 2 ago. And for whatever reason, it just didn't work with my psyche. That's the only thing I can equate it to. It didn't work with my psyche. And sitting at my desk, I noticed I had printed out a sheet. One of my risk sheets was printed out with $75 risk. So yesterday I said, I'm gonna try 75. That's right in between that 50 and that 100. Let me see how that feels when I'm in a trade. And for whatever reason, I'm comfortable with that $75 risk. So that's what we worked with today again. But first trade we traded was Tesla, and we traded BBBY, and we were done trading after these 2. And then I noticed FTCH on the thumbnail watch list just running. So I ended up taking a trade on that one. But let's go ahead and look at these real quick, look at the details, and then we'll pull the video up. So look at this chart, man. Look at this thing. Look at how much we left on the table, especially when you see it on the 2-minute chart. That's what really gets me. But good, solid trade. We got in, just breaking this area. You see on the 30-minute, which I didn't notice this in full disclosure. I didn't notice this. Look at where that thing was fighting at. Look at where it was fighting. I didn't notice that because I didn't have my 30-minute turned on and I didn't have that area marked on the chart. But that explains a lot, just me sitting here looking at the 30-minute chart. But got in as it broke this area, stop at the bottom. Just gave us a little worry early on, but once it caught momentum, it was good. Had I started trading this on a 2-minute bar by bar, once this candle closed, could have put the stop right there. This thing would have ripped, and would have hit target probably in this bar right here. I'm assuming this bar. If not that bar, it definitely eventually hit target over there, but let's look at the numbers on this one. Max unrealized 116, went against us 38 bucks. So gave us a little hardship, and if you've never traded Tesla is extremely whippy, especially off the open. This thing will have $2 swings all over the place. And look at what our max unrealized cents was. So this thing probably had a $3 stop loss, But yeah, it was just, I would be up 50, down 10, up 20, down 25. It was just whippy. So when it finally started going in the money, you're going to see in the video, I started kind of bringing my stop up. So we definitely left 1R on the table with that one. But still a nice gain, 78 bucks. Can't be mad at that. BBBY. This one here, we got target on. I don't think we ever messed with anything on this one. And see, I already had this change. I'm gonna change this back to the 2 real quick. Looking at it on a 2-minute chart, entering right there. Stop is gonna have to be way down there. Way down there. Now on the 2-minute, a good entry would have been right there. That would have been a decent entry. Entry, stop. This thing went about 4-1 on your money. You probably was 2-1 right here. Another R right there. But I got in this one off of the 1-minute chart. Got in this off the 1-minute chart. After it's made this move, kind of consolidated. Getting in right there. Stop is down here on the bottom side. And then just rolled this up. That's target right there. Went a little bit past target, but just focus on getting that target. This one here, max unrealized, was our target. It went against us 26 bucks. Not bad. We're risking 20 cents on this trade because it went 40 cents. So good solid trade right there. And then the last trade of the morning was basically one of those scalps that I'm doing usually at the end of the mornings around 11 or so. And it was FTCH. I noticed FTCH on the thumbnail watch list just running, just flat out running. We'll change this back to the 2-minute real quick. That's what it was doing. Just spitting off green candles. And you see, we had gotten in at the tail end of it. It needed a pullback. Look where it pulled back to, about half of that move, and then it continued on. But this was just one of those risking $10 just to make, usually I say I'm trying to make 2-1 on these little scalps, and that's why I'm doing that, just to kind of get a little experience, seeing what's gonna happen. I should just be looking for 1-1 on these. Get in, make 1-1, wait for the next opportunity. So you see on this one, max unrealized was 13.20. It went against us $6. No harm, no foul. And what did we make on this one? We made $4.95. Theoretically, I should have been getting out when this was at $10, 1-to-1 on my money. And I'm usually doing these after I'm kind of done trading, just to see if I could put anything extra in the account. So we were up what, 225? And I was like, I could risk $10 of that. We lose 10 bucks. We've made 215. Still a good morning. So that was the thought on that final trade. But let's go ahead. Let's get the thumbnail, or not thumbnail watchers. I always like saying that. Let's get the video pulled up. We'll go ahead and watch these trades play out real time, real quick, and then we'll be on our way. So let's go ahead and start it up. And I just noticed I don't have a little highlighter turned on. Turn that on. There we go. So market opened, and I'm just kind of scrolling through at this point, looking. TRQ was a trade that I'm in on my IRA account. Very small position. I had gotten in like somewhere over here, pre-market. And this one here, I was hoping for big things. Ended up making some money on it, but I was hoping that it took off. But like I say, right now we're just scrolling through. We take our first trade at 9:36. So we'll go ahead and do this real quick. You see, I was setting up to try to get a trade in on TRQ in the main account. Looking like we was gonna have a little 3-bar play forming right there. But this candle here did not hold in the upper half of that candle. So you see, I had to readjust the stop on there. So, and now it's coming back down. It's gonna flirt with breaking that one. And then I was like, all right, nope. Look at the volume. You see how much volume jumped in on this candle right here? Look at that volume. It's pretty much all these people that was getting in over here in the pre-market. Like, nope, let me get out of this thing. So we were done looking at that. Let's go ahead. Let's scroll this up. We got 3 more minutes. So we're watching Tesla now. And we'll come back to, now this one, I was gonna take this trade right here. Man, I shouldn't have sped that up. I shouldn't have sped it up. So y'all could have seen why I didn't take this trade. This thing, when this candle closed, it gapped up to right there. And then it just sat there for like 30, 40 seconds. And then this thing exploded. It just went for what seems like no apparent reason. And I just couldn't get in trade with it just initially just sitting there. So that's why we didn't take that one. I probably shouldn't have did that. I probably shouldn't have just clicked that. Okay, we're still good. So come back over and we look at Tesla. I'm liking this bar. I'm liking this bar on the 2-minute chart right here. Because the buyers step back in. And you see sellers are trying to push this back down. So let's see how we gonna enter in on this one. You see I got the chart mark right there. So it peekaboos triggered us in. I'm in early on this one. I should have been waiting on this candle, trying to see off of the one. Guess on the one it's showing the same right there, getting in as it's breaking that same area. But we see that it didn't went against us 30 bucks. So now I'm kind of worried. I'm like, man, did I make a mistake getting in this thing before that candle closed? So then I come over, I look at Bed Bath Beyond, and I've missed this move. I didn't miss that move. And if you come up here and look at the 5-minute with the pre-market on, you see why I have all of these lines on the chart. You kind of see off of that candle, off of that candle, and off of that candle. So that's why those lines were on the chart. And I come over, I look at the 1 minute I'm looking at, but 1 minute looks good. The 10 looks strong with this nice bottoming tail because the buyers are keeping the sellers out of this candle right here. Good high volume. This one here, this is fighting to reclaim this volume, which is what we want to see. We'll be getting in this one in about a minute, so we'll watch and see how we play this one out. I want to say it was based off of how this came down. This candle right here was getting in this almost like a little pseudo 3-bar play. It wasn't the first or second candle of a move, but I still liked the way that it looked. And then if you look over at the 1 minute chart here, you see that it's holding this area. And that's what I like seeing also. I'm like, it's holding this area. So if it can hold that area, we're good. And I'm actually getting in before this 2 minute candle closes. So let's see how that's gonna play out. So that's a 16-cent stop. We got the stop set at 20, giving it a little extra room. Let's see, we set that to 40, so our brackets are set good. Let's see, I'm trying to wait. I was trying to wait on that 2 minute candle to finish, but I didn't want to miss the trade. Again, the 1 minute is showing basically the same pattern. But again, this was one of those ones I got in and I'm like, uh-oh, did I jump the gun by getting in before that 2 minute candle had closed? But buyers showed themselves to be strong in this trade. Now that 2 minute candle is closed. Now I'm just looking to see this thing break that high, break that 1140 high. That's gonna kind of give me a little validation. You see the seller's not trying to make it happen. But that's all I'm looking for right now. In the past, I would be like, oh man, I might want to try to just get out of this trade flat because it's not gonna work. Other thing that I'm looking at is this is the level 2. And I'm looking to make sure that it's more buyers than it was sellers. So, but I come back, look at Tesla, see what Tesla is doing. Tesla is just kind of struggling. It's struggling to break this area. Struggling to break that area right there. Again, probably should have waited for a little bit more confirmation. A little bit more confirmation because that is an area that I clearly got marked on the chart. But watch the buyers. You see the buyers just come in and there go that swing. That's that swing I'm talking about. Look at that. This thing had just jumped up, set a high of almost 902 and then got pushed right back down to 898. But look at BBBY. In that little short period of time, this thing came up and just ripped right into target. Right into target. And again, I'm like, I'm not gonna mess with, I need to just get them 2 to 1s. And again, as the risk level increases, the reward increases, and then there's no reason to be trying to squeeze extra out of a trade unless it just shows you that it has a ton of room. This one clearly showed that there was not a ton of room above where the target was set at. We see that it came back. So we come back over and we look at Tesla now. Tesla has finally broken this area that was giving it trouble. But look, it got another area marked on the chart. And watch, buyers come in. Let's see if the sellers just reject it. So now I was moving my target or my stop up to about break even. Because after the move now, I don't want this thing to flush back down. So you see my stop is set at like $4 right now. That's basically break even, because this thing can flush down and I could still lose $10 even with it set to make $4. But we see the buyers they trying to stand strong, We up, what, $60 right now? Yeah, we up $60 in the trade, and it's just so choppy. And I guess that's just another, just something else that you got to be aware of trading Tesla, that this thing is going to whip all over the place. And that's why you need those $3 stops, $5 stops. Can't get away with like a 50 cents or $1 stop like you take on those other trades. Tesla just too whippy for it. But we almost up 1R. We're up $65 right now. So move the stop up to just like $30. We say, okay, let's put it just at that line. Because if it flushes, it's going to flush down hard if it breaks that line. So now we're up 1R. You see, we up 1R. And then look, that thing just goes. And I kind of tightened up the ladder right there just so that I could see all of my stops. You see how high I had the target set. So the target was set way out of place. I never did adjust it. And you could look up there and see. Stop was actually $4. I think I said 3 in TRADERVUE. Stop was 4. Target should have been 8. But when it set the bracket, it set it for a $10. But now I'm like, okay, maybe this thing is going to do what it's supposed to do. Again, I didn't have that other area up there marked though from the 30-minute chart. I didn't have it. This is probably right where it was at. So I would have known, like, okay, that's an area of concern. Let's just keep watching it. So see, once this candle finished, if I would have just left the stop below that, we would have made target on this. Or if I would have just left it sitting at the $50 right there. If I'd have left it sitting there, this thing wouldn't have come back and stopped us out, and it would have made target. Cause see, look, that's where we're up at the high of the move right there, 116. So now I'm like, man, should I just try to squeeze 100 out of the trade? And that's just that patience of letting the trade work. That's the patience of just being patient enough to actually let that trade do what it's supposed to do. See how it comes down? Look how close it comes. And I actually move it up. Did you see that? I moved it up 1 tick. But you see how close it came. Now look where my stop is at. My stop is right below the previous candle. That's where it needed to stay at. Then you see me move the target down. So this is just that itchiness. And I'm like, uh-oh, this thing is going to keep going. Put it back up there where it's supposed to be at. But see how it came down close? And then look at that. Did you see how close that came to stopping us out for the 56? But buyers held fast. Right there should have been my sign. Like, yeah, the buyers are working. But look, still come here. Still no volume in that candle. Still no volume. But now I'm like, after that top and tail, which this was a valid reason to think that this was going to fail after this top and tail. What good volume. Look at that red candle. Had good volume in that candle, but came back, smacked us, and I'm like, okay, that was a good exit. This thing's about to come back down for a pivot, which it would have been clearly understandable had it pivoted. But nope. No pivot. Just took off. But we're going to, man, this thing is laggy. Look at that. Just that quick, it is back, and then watch it, boom, a new high. So we easily would have hit target had we left the stop just sitting below that previous candle. Because then now it's still going to be in the same exact location. It's not going to move. So now we're waiting on this candle to do what it needs to do, and then we can move it up. But I'm almost positive would have hit target in that candle right there. And then that was it, y'all. That was it. We were done. I'm gonna go ahead and make this video done. FTCH was nothing really to see in that one. Nothing really technical. That was just a get in, risk $10, and just make what you can make off of it. So I hope y'all enjoyed the recap. If you did, please go ahead and hit that like button. If you're not subscribed, please think about subscribing. It doesn't cost you a thing. Once you subscribe, hit that notification bell, click all. That way you can be notified anytime that I make these videos. And on that note, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this one up, and we will be ready to take on the market again tomorrow. Peace.